Okay, so you have a list that you can look up online, and it's going to give you 30 different items. This is number one. Number one is a drill press with an auto feed. Why don't you look that up? Drill press with auto feed. Number two, this is called a CNC mill. It works in conjunction with a computer. Oh, there's a tip. Computer numerically controlled. Oops, did I give the answer? Look up what a CNC mill is. Number three is something called an engine lathe. Number three is an engine lathe. What is that strange thing used for? Look at all those weird knobs and stuff. Cool. Okay. Number four. It's called the stationary belt sander. Okay. Number four. Number five is a 6-inch pedestal grinder. It's on a pedestal, see that? And it's a grinder. We have a larger bench grinder over here. That one actually has 10-inch, but that is a grinder. Okay, over here we're going to be moving to what's called number 6. This is ESMA, or what is ESMA dealing with? And I can see that there's an electrode holder and a ground clamp. And then number 7 I have over here. This one's outside the booth, but number 7 is different from number 6. You have a gun there with a ground. Oh, but there's a gas tank. What is that? Number 8 is over here. Number 8 is a little bit different overall, a little bit different headset there. Number 8 is called a TIG welder. Number 9. Number 9 uses this. It kind of looks like a welder, doesn't it? But it actually does something else. And number 9 is a 45 amp, 40 amp plasma cutter. What is a plasma cutter? Hey, something you might recognize, right? An anvil. Okay. Number 11, and you can pause this at any time. Number 11 is oxyacetylene torch set or cart. Okay. Number 12. Number 12, we're coming around to something called the box and pan brake. And you can lock things in, you can bend stuff up, oh my, and you can move these individual teeth around. Okay. Number 13, ooh, big machine. So here we go. There's another computer and a plasma cutter, and it's on a big gantry. This is called the CNC plasma cutter. This one happens to be an 85 amp. Okay. Number 14, it's called a squaring shear. What does it do? Talk to me about it. Number 15, this particular machine is called a slip roller. Number 16, slip roller. Number 17, it's called the horizontal metal bandsaw. What does a horizontal metal bandsaw do? All right. Number 17 is an iron worker. There are several different things that this can do as far as cutting different kinds of stock and punching different holes. What does an iron worker do? Number 18 is what's called an arbor press. Arbor press. What does an arbor press do? Okay, going around the corner here. Okay, number 19 is called the drill press vise. How does it work? What does it do? I'll give you a hint. You put material in here and you lock it in place. Why would you lock material in place using the drill press? Okay. Number 20, I have a variety of layout tools here. I have a steel bench rule, I have a Sharpie, I have a scratch-all, a tape measure, and a table square. What are they used for? Number 21, I have flat stock. So flat stock, this is all different dimensions and thickness. This is steel, Now, this is also flat stock, but not quite as big as this large piece here. And this is galvanized. So what is flat stock specifically? Number 22, this is called tube stock. Big hint, all tube stock is, that's right, hollow. But there's square tubing, there's round tubing, there's steel, there's galvanized. So talk to me a little bit about different types of tubing that's out there. Okay, there's angle stock, which, oh, look at that. It's 90 degrees. This happens to be steel. Here's some angle stock that happens to be aluminum, right? Talk to me about angle stock. And we have something called rod stock. Here's some rod stock that's aluminum. Here's some rod stock that is brass. Here's some rod stock that is steel, but it is threaded rod stock. Oh my. So metal comes in all sorts of different forms. Just explain that a little bit and give some definition. Number 25 is something called sheet stock. We have galvanized sheets of metal. We have, this comes in 4x8 sheets. We have stainless steel sheets of metal. We have regular steel. This is cold rolled mild steel that comes in sheet stock. You can see some of the larger sheets behind the piece that I was pulling out before. It's too heavy for me to pull with one hand, but it comes in 4x8 sheets, just like this large piece of galvanized steel. And of course, like I showed you before, the galvanized steel, some of you know it as sheet metal. Okay, so sheet stock is what we're talking about there on number 25. Number 26, we have something that looks kind of strange here. It has these weird jaws, but this thing is called a resistance welder. Some people call it a spot welder, but what does a spot welder or resistance welder do? Hey, there's something you might recognize again. Number 27, some people call these aviation shears, those, and tin snips or duckbill snips or metal shears, but what do they do? What are they for? Here is something you also recognize. It's called a ball peen hammer. Ooh, ball peen hammer. All right. Number 29 has to do with welding. Okay, we have what's called a slag hammer and wire brush. Number 29, what are they used for? Where would we use it? And last but not least, number 30, we have a single cut. I don't know if the camera will get it. Single cut means cut in one direction, and a double cut. Oop, I had that backwards. Single cut, which has grooves in one direction, and a double cut, which has them going in both directions. But what are flat files typically used for? So this is for your pretest. I give you all the answers. I want you to go through and define them and tell me what they do, what is it that they are, and give me some detailed information. Remember, spelling, punctuation, and grammar count. Do your best. Thanks.